Hey everyone, welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's Renee. I hope you're having a very blessed day today. Today we're working in Hosea, and we are going into all the minor prophets now of the Bible. And they're called minor, not because their message is any less than the major prophets, but only because their books are shorter than the major prophets. Like they may only be a few chapters long versus like 66 chapters long, like Isaiah, for example. So anyways, we're in Hosea. I'll be spending the next couple days working in probably the next week or so, or a couple weeks, working in the minor prophets. So that'll finish out the Old Testament. So we're going from Hosea to Malachi. So all these minor prophets we'll be working in. So today's just going to be an easy page using some napkins, some stamps, and this is one of those create wall sticker things that I got from the dollar store. I have a bunch of these, and if you're ever at the dollar store, check out the wall stickers, because a lot of times they have some really great stickers for $1. You get these great big stickers and you can use them in your Bible. So that's what I'll be doing today. I'm going to be using a piece of this rose one. Let me see if I can open this. In my Bible. So I have some butterfly ones and a few other ones. So this really is supposed to be a heart for your wall. But, I mean, look how big that would be. But I am just going to be using a piece of this. So, actually, I'm going to cut this out first so I can kind of measure it and see what I need. Not measure, but, eyeball it. So I'm gonna see how much of this I'm going to use. So yes, I hope you are all having a very blessed day and ready for some more Bible journaling or crafting. I mean, you don't have to be doing this in a Bible. You could be doing this in just a regular journal or a prayer journal or just anything you want, or you could use these techniques in junk journaling, anything. Right now, I've just been trying to catch up with all my groups. Christmas had me kind of off. I think it had everybody off, Christmas and New Year's. So I think I'm just going to cut it right across here, the bottom right around here. Let me see something real quick. I'm thinking of using this napkin on top of this. So I'll decoupage this napkin down on that. Yeah. I want the rose to kind of be sticking up and showing through this. So I guess I'll cut it right around here. Right across the bottom there. We'll use that for something else. Okay, and now that I'm thinking about it, I want to do some stamping. So what I am going to do, I have not prepped this page yet. I will show you how I prep a page. My brain is like all over the place these days apparently, and I'm not focused. I need to focus. So I am going to just tear off a little piece of paper towel. So I'll show you how I do this, y'all. Since this part's going to be covered with stamps and napkins, I really don't need to gesso that part. And this is clear gesso. So I'm just gonna smear this over this part right here, because I'm thinking I'll do some stamping on this. And I don't think the stamping would go through, but just in case, I like to just prep my page a little bit and have that extra comfort in knowing that if I do get heavy-handed with my stamping, it won't go through. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything down here, so I might as well just put some along the sides here as well. This is not the technical way to gesso your paper. Some people use brushes, and some people use, I don't know, cards and swipe it on. I just use a little piece of, and I just put a really thin coat on. I don't put a lot, but I keep missing this one spot, so I'm just gonna go over it. So that is it. Throw that out, cover this up. So it's just some clear gesso. And so before I start, I'm just gonna dry that really quick. But this will be a quick page today. We're just gonna do some stickers, some stamping, and some napkins. I'm really trying to use up what I have. And I had these dollar wall stickers, so I'm gonna use them. You can get some really cool ones. I've gotten some animal ones, some word stickers, some clear vellum stickers, some butterflies. So yeah, anytime you're at the dollar store, be sure to check out their craft section, and not even their craft section. Walk around the store because you'll find a lot of really cool things that, you know, maybe some ribbon or, I don't know, different kind of craft tools that you can use. Go in their garden section as well. Okay. I'm wearing this new, not new to me. It's like a hoodie, and the hood keeps pulling my hair down, so I'm trying to move it out of my way. Okay, so this is a big sticker, so let's pull this off, and I'm gonna try to line this up as best as I can here. Whoa, well, maybe it's down. Once this stuff sticks, I think it's, well, maybe I can get it off without tearing it. Woo. Oh, that has some strong stickers. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna try this, trying to line it up along the side here. Okay, well, that's as best as it's gonna get, so we're just gonna stick it like that. Oh my goodness, y'all. It's a little wonky down here, but I'm gonna cover that up with napkin, and it came over the edge here, so I'm gonna cut that part off. There we go. Good as new. We can fix that. Okay, so I have this napkin. Oh, I forgot to even tell you. Gosh, y'all, focus, Renee. We are in Hosea. We are in chapter 13, verse 5. It says, I knew you in the wilderness, in the land of drought. Some interpretations have, I cared for you in the wilderness. So I love that. Okay, to bring y'all back, for all these minor prophets, these are the prophets who were preaching either to Judah or Israel. You know, remember you had the north and south, and because the tribes divided up into north and south. And so during this time, when they started going against God's laws and rebelling against God and just kind of following the world, kind of like what we do today, God raised up prophets to warn the people that judgment was going to come if they didn't repent and turn back. And so Hosea was one of those prophets. So a lot of the titles are judgment on, or and this one's judgment on Israel, and further indictment on Jacob's heirs, and, you know, things like that. So all of these little minor prophets are talking about judgment is going to come if you don't turn back. Or, and we'll get into some specifics, but Hosea is the whole story, remember, between Hosea and Gomer. He was to marry an unfaithful woman to show the story, to live out the story of what Israel did to God. They were being unfaithful to God, but yet God still took them back and will still care for them. So throughout, even though there's judgment throughout all of these minor prophets, there's always, 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 which I love, this thread of hope, this thread of that God is going to be with his remnant. God will never forget his people, that God will always be bringing his people back. So I love that, and that's kind of what this symbolizes. So the fact that it says, I cared for you in the wilderness, in the land of drought, that's like hope for me, knowing that even if you're going through a tough time, or even though it looks like everything is, you know, going to you-know-where in a handbasket, that God is still with us no matter what. And for now, especially during these times, I really needed, when I was reading through these minor prophets, oh my gosh, y'all, God was so speaking to me, saying that, yes, judgment's going to come. Even though it looks like evil keeps winning out, and even though it looks like, you know, the good never wins, and the people faithful to God are always having issues or problems or what have you, God knows what's going on. He sees what's going on, and he will judge, and judgment is going to come. And when it comes swift and fast. And so y'all, just those words alone, because you know, my flesh side is constantly like, when God, when are you gonna get these people to pay? You know, when is evil gonna finally get its due, you know? And I get aggravated sometimes seeing evil win all the time, it feels like. I'm gonna cut this little strip off here. So when I was reading through these minor prophets, the words just kept jumping out at me like, yes, the leaders are prideful. Yes, you know, the nations have turned against God. Yes, there's so much evil going on. Yes, all this is going on, but God sees it all, and God is going to judge it all, and judgment will come swiftly. So, oh, y'all, I am holding on to that. Judgment will come swiftly. So I'm just waiting for that. Okay, I want this rose. So that, I'm hoping it will be just like a positive word for y'all. I'm going to cut a little bit more of this off as I'm talking. So I'm hoping that that'll be a positive word for y'all to always have hope. That's one thing that these minor prophets are constantly talking about. Always have hope and know that God sees it and he will take care of it. And so I'm just waiting for that day, because y'all know my flesh will be rising up. I'd be like, man, if I was God, I'd be down here in a second and starting everything over. You know, I'd be like, you guys aren't worth it. Let's start over. But thank God I'm not God. So he knew that. That's why I don't have that power. So yeah, especially nowadays, y'all know the way our nation is and the world is and all just the evil and corruption. Sometimes it gets frustrating and sometimes it gets overwhelming, but God. And so I really liked this verse about how he cares for us even in the wilderness and through our tough times. And even though when things look bad, he's still there and he knows what's going on, and he does not desert us at all, even in our wilderness times. So that's what this page is kind of signifying for me. I don't know what it will signify for y'all. Maybe you're going through a tough time and you just need to know that God is there for you, and he is. He is there. He sees it. He hears us. He knows, and he, you know, he cares way more than we can ever imagine or think. So praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. So that's my preaching for today, y'all. Okay, so I'm just decoupaging this napkin on. I just do it in segments. You've all seen me do this before if you've been following me, but this I found is the best way to do it. I water down my gesso a little bit and just brush it on. I have a wet brush, so that's what I mean by watered down. I just put some water on my brush and just kind of smooth it as I go. This I have found has been the easiest way for me to deal with like big napkins like this and to get the whole thing down and not get too many crinkles and wrinkles and such. And I did not do that evenly at all, but that's okay. That's okay. We will cut all those pieces off. And then I go over the top to seal it in. So I go from the middle out and push. And what this does is it makes your napkin more translucent. It also, meaning you can see, you know, what's behind your napkin if it's a lighter napkin. It also takes out a lot of those wrinkles and crinkles and bubbles and such. And it seals your napkin down onto the page. And you don't have to be too careful with it. Napkins are a little fragile, but they're very resilient as well. And if you make a hole in it, you can always go back and piece it together. So it's not that big a deal. But another reason why I like using napkins, couple of reasons. One is you can get a picture just like that without having to draw it or paint it or anything. Another thing is I do like these little crinkles and wrinkles, the ones that I do get. It just gives a texture to the page and it gives it like something, just like another look, which I like. Okay. So I like the little rose peeking out because sometimes it looks like it's all prickly and just, you know, like a desert feel and there's nothing there for you. But then, you know, when cacti bloom, you can see some of them are just gorgeous. And that's not a cacti, I don't think, or a cactus, but I loved that image. Whoops, I just tore my napkin. There we go, piece it back together. I love the image of just, sometimes you think you're in your desert, but God can bring beauty out of that. Okay, I also have this napkin. So I had two different napkins. I had, let's see, this napkin, which was like these desert cacti or flowers or what have you. And then I have this one. So I'm thinking I'm gonna use a couple of these, maybe kind of sticking out like from, maybe one from the top, one from the side, or a couple from the side. So let me move this and let's open this. I think I'm just gonna use one panel of this. So let's, okay, so I'm gonna grab my water. I liked this one. And I like this one. So let's see if we can tear these out pretty evenly, hopefully. Okay, so there's one. Let's see if we can tear this one out. I'm just gonna go right along here because I'm gonna cut it in half. So there's two. That one might come from the top, maybe. We'll see. Let's do a green one. Kind of layer those up a little bit. Okay, we'll put that to the side for now. We'll see if this will be enough. Like I said, it's just gonna be a simple, easy page. So I'm thinking maybe this one can come in from the top and maybe those two overlap from the side. Yeah, I like that. Can y'all see? I'm gonna make sure I'm in camera. Sorry, y'all. There we go. Okay, so I am going to do this one first. But yeah, so we'll be working in these minor prophets now until we get into the New Testament. We're almost there. We have been spending this whole year going through the Bible. It's so exciting. I love it. And then we'll, at the end of that, we'll figure out what we're gonna do, if we're gonna go back through kind of from the beginning and go back through, or maybe skip around or something. I don't know. I'm following my Bible group. We're going through the Bible from, you know, from Genesis all the way through Revelation. So I'm just following what we're doing in that group kind of here on my YouTube channel too. So you all can journal along. Okay. Let's do this one up here. Just gotta have a little pop of color up at the top. You could use glue sticks, watered down Elmer's glue, pretty much anything to put these on if you don't have gesso, or you don't like using gesso like some people I know. Or I mean, just anything that sticks, really. Okay, so let me tear this little piece off right there, cut this part off right here, the part I went wonky on. Ooh, it's still wet, so it's just tearing. I should probably just tear it. There we go. Just tear it. Okay, so before we can stamp now, let me move this, and we need to dry that. So let's dry it. It helps also when you flip the page over and dry the back, because that'll get the back part. I still need an extension cord for this. That should be my New Year's resolution, is getting an extension cord for this heater, this dryer. Some people have asked me which one I use. It's called the Paper Studio Embossing Heat Tool. This one is a little loud though. I've had this for a while. This is an older one. And people have been telling me that there's some new ones out that hardly make any noise. But I like how this works. It works perfectly fine for me, so I'm going to keep using this one until it totally peters out on me and I have to get a new one. Then I'll get maybe a quiet one. So in the meantime, sorry y'all, you'll have to deal with the noise. Okay, it's almost dry. There's just a couple spots here. Let me make sure this part's dry, because this is what I'll be stamping probably, mostly. Okay. So, the verse is, I cared for you in the wilderness. It's chapter 13, verse, oh, what is that? Verse 5. So, right here, I knew you in the wilderness in the land of drought. So, I'm just going to kind of box this. My version says, I knew you in the wilderness. Like I said, some other versions say, I cared for you in the wilderness. And I like that part. I like that version better. So I have these little cute little alpha stamps. They're from Studio G. There's these little baby letter stamps. And so I figured I would use those. So let me grab my paper so I can test them. Move all this. My VersaFine black ink. Let me find the I. It's in here somewhere. Here's C-A-R-E-D. So there's cared. Here's the I. So I've got ink everywhere, y'all. So that's what they look like. They're like little lines on them too. So I'm thinking of putting it up here for maybe I. And my chair is starting to sink, y'all. Oh, gosh, let's raise them up to the roof, raise them up. So I'm gonna put, I cared for you in the wilderness here. And if they're a little wonky, they're a little wonky, because that's my life, and I don't mind. I actually like when stamps are just kind of cared. Let's find the F. Do y'all see it? Yep, there it is. F-O. R should be down here somewhere. And you, I have to concentrate. Sorry, y'all. I'm not talking too much. I have to concentrate while I'm spelling here. Otherwise, it'll be a mess. Why? Whoop. I love these little stamps. These are so cute. I don't know where I got these from. Maybe a garage sale. Cared for you in. So I. And did I do an N yet? No. In the. These little individual ones do take a little time though. You gotta do each letter. T-H, do I have an E? Yeah. Cared for you in the wilderness. So there's the W, let's see if we can get it out. Come on. What's it stuck on? Still attached to something? Oh wow, they're still attached. I never used that one. Some of these letters are all still attached to each other. So let's make sure there we go. wilderness. So W, where's my eyes? Where's my eyes? There we go. Did I use an L yet? Nope, here it is. Oh, where's my D? There we go. In the wilderness. That's how I used to spell stuff. Break up the word into little words. Wilderness. Okay, R. Did I do an N already? Yes. Almost there. Nope, now I'm going on the sticker. I'm gonna press a little harder on the sticker. There you go. I cared for you in the wilderness. Now I want to do a dash. There is no dash here, so I'll just do that. And this is Hosea, so I'm gonna do H-O-S for a H. So I'm referencing the verse. H-O, where'd the S go? Hosea. And there's a little period right there. So cute. Oh. Hosea, and what is this? 13 verse 5. Oh, you know what though? I don't have, hang on a second. I think I have a number one. Let me find it. Okay, so I have this one. I knew I had a number one. So this one was from AliExpress, I think, or my Your Creative Studio box. So it's kind of the same thing, but numbers. So Hosea 13. Don't have two dots, so we'll have to draw them in. Dot, dot. Verse 5. Cool. I mean, they're a little different, but so I cared for you in the wilderness, Hosea 13:5. Okay, let's just move all this to the side. Then the other thing I had, wipe all that off, is just a little bit of washi tape. And I'm not sure, I had this one. I got these as a gift in the mail, Happy Mail. And so if you ever want to give people washi tape, a great way is get like a little credit card or something like something with plastic. It doesn't have to be a credit card, but like a, you know, like a plastic gift card or type of paper. And then you can just wrap a few rolls of washi tape around it so you can give somebody like a little sample of washi tape. It's pretty cool. Cute idea. So I got this in Happy Mail. So I'm thinking, it had these little pink flowers and this kind of same green. So I think I'm just gonna like tear this. And maybe just put some down here. Actually, like it like coming down like that. To kind of highlight the verse right there. And then, I don't know, let's see what it'll look like up here. I don't like that. There we go. And then like that harsh edge. Like that. And maybe some here at the top. See, this stuff can go a long way. Here, let's put it. Trying to see where I'm at. Y'all, I can't see. I need to put my head closer. Actually, I want to rip this so it's not. There we go. Let's just put this across the top like this, like so. Cute. Oh, I like that. Just a little pops of color right there and there. Again, 3. I always do that and I never realize it until the end. But that's it. Super easy. Super, you know, just effective. I love that verse. I cared for you in the wilderness. So just know, y'all. So let me take this out and let me bring it up close so you can see. So there's the top. Just a little bit of washi tape, some stamps, and some stickers, napkins. And then the verse is down at the bottom on this Bible. Just know that no matter where you are, whether you're in the lush jungle or a lush like flower garden, or you feel like you're in the wilderness, he cares for you no matter where you are. So just know that you're cared for. That's the bottom line. If you get anything out of today, just know that you're cared for, and he sees what you're going through, and he'll never ever leave you alone. So thank you all so much for joining me. Love y'all. I will see you in the next video. Keep creating and keep staying in the Word. Bye, y'all.